Right, if you want a copy of this, it'll be up on my blog within the next couple of days. So if you go to sendaiben.org, there'll be a copy of the presentation up there, and hopefully a video of the presentation. I haven't tried uploading an iPhone video before, but hopefully that'll be what goes on. Okay, so I think we've got a couple of minutes. We've got about 5 minutes left. If there's any questions or comments, especially if you disagree or you'd like to add something here. Yeah, Tom.
You're doing it right now in a reading class, right?
That's right.
Well, I think for a lot of schools, if you don't have a reading course per se, then you say, well, how can I implement this? What we've done, and one of the reasons we have been able to do it across the whole curriculum, is we've just said for all oral communication courses and all reading skills courses, which is the traditional ones with mainly Japanese teachers, it's going to be this percent of your grade. And so, we expect them to do it outside of class, although there's some orientation material in class. So, because it can be done in any English class, just by saying you got to do this and it's this percent of your grade, it doesn't have to be a reading course. The other thing is getting the administration on board. And what you really need to do is to convince somebody who decides the curriculum to be able to say, every English course is going to do extensive reading. And if you can get somebody to do that, then you're home free, right? In my school, we could do it because I was the administrator, and so I couldn't say it. And, you know,
so I need to get promoted first.
That would help, yeah.
Maybe somewhat similarly, I'm the coordinator for the native classes, and I proposed an expansion of those classes, which shifted a reading class from full-time teachers to part-time teachers, who I then have control over.
Right.
And that's how it's still somewhat one teacher oriented, but it has been put into a new curriculum that we have a reading class, and I put the focus on extensive reading, and like we've heard today, silent sustained reading in class is a major element of that.
Have you had any big problems, sir?
A bit. It's our first year of having done that. It's just finished, and I think you made very valid points about having to get both the teachers and the students on board with it. And I intend to look at some of the stuff about how to influence them.
That's really good stuff. About especially using students to talk about it, because then you have the kind of peer pressure kind of influence.
And I wondered if maybe your higher rate of giving you the books at the end maybe was somewhat also influenced by them getting the benefit of having donated books from the previous.
It was the social proof. I said, look, these are the books donated by your senpais, so and it worked, I think. So I think that all those kind of things being established.
I'm sorry, I had a question though. You are doing them in reading classes, but is extensive reading part of the curriculum at this point? Or is it just that you have a reading class and you're doing it in the...
I have a reading class, and we do silent reading in class for an hour, and they're supposed to do a lot of reading. But yeah, the university as a whole has very little interest in it. Except the library. The library's been great.
Yeah, I was just about to say, for the library, although it may be in some places to get the students to go to the library is a huge journey or trip or whatever. In our case, it isn't. And the libraries are ecstatic. I mean, it's one of the few libraries in the country where the number of books being borrowed is going up rather than down, thanks to the amount of extensive reading borrowing that's going on. So the librarians will probably be very helpful as long as they have the budget.
Cool. Right, I think we've got to stop here. So thank you very much. If you have any more questions, please come and see me.